Hello, and happy feast of the conversion of St. Paul. Our gospel today comes from the Gospel of St. Mark. Jesus appeared to the 11 and said to them, "Go into the whole world and proclaim the gospel to every creature. Whoever believes and is baptized will be saved. Whoever does not believe will be condemned. These signs will accompany those who believe. In my name they will drive out demons. They will speak new languages. They will pick up serpents with their hands, and if they drink any deadly thing, it will not harm them. They will lay hands on the sick, and they will recover." The Gospel of the Lord. Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ. Well, today's Gospel we hear almost from the very end of Mark's Gospel. This is Jesus giving the Great Commissioning to the 11. This is taking place, his final instructions before he ascends into heaven. And what are the instructions that Jesus gives to the 11, to these apostles? He tells them to go into the whole world and proclaim the gospel to every creature. He tells them to go and baptize. And my friends, it's so beautiful that we hear this gospel on the day in which we celebrate the feast of the conversion of St. Paul. St. Paul, of course, we know before his conversion was someone who persecuted this early Christian community, who was actively trying to hunt them down, to banish them from the synagogues, and even worse, put them to death. Of course, we know that Paul has this moment on the road to Damascus where he encounters Jesus Christ, and this changes everything in his life. And he who was the biggest critic of the followers of Jesus of Nazareth now becomes the great apostle, one who takes this message, this invitation, this command to go and proclaim the gospel to every creature. St. Paul takes it to heart, and that's exactly what he tries to do. He spends the rest of his life going everywhere, sharing and spreading the good news of Jesus Christ. Now, Jesus mentions some things in Mark's gospel that will accompany those who believe. One of the things we hear is that they will drive out demons. My friends, how necessary is it in a world where evil seems to be everywhere for us to proclaim the good news of Jesus Christ so that evil might not win, so that evil might not have the day? Let us speak of Jesus Christ and all the wonderful promises, all the wonderful things. Let us teach others to know the kingdom so that evil might be kept at bay, that evil might be cast out of people's lives. We hear that they will speak new languages. Certainly when we look at the discourse of our nation, how wonderful would it be, instead of yelling and accusing one another, if we could speak in the way that God calls us to speak? We hear that there will be healing. My friends, imagine a world in which you and I dedicated our lives to being men and women who sought to heal the divisions that we find, that we sincerely tried to provide for people's needs, their bodily needs, so that they were able to heal from whatever it is that ails them. On this feast of the conversion of St. Paul, let us rejoice and give thanks for the wonderful example, the wonderful saint that he is. Let us ask for his intercession, that we might have that same zeal in going into the whole world and proclaiming the gospel to every creature. And may we, with our words and our actions, drive out evil, help people to discover a new way of talking and relating to one another, and be agents of healing in our communities. God bless.